What's up? This is Dean Murthy here, co-founder of the Menlo House and all of its lovely brands. I have a really cool episode here today. Mohammed, who is from Saudi Arabia, reached out to me on social media not too long ago and actually showed up at one of our events for Grand AC, our activewear brand, and came up to me and said, "Hey, I'm a really big fan of Group Chat, our podcast. I love what you're doing with your brands. Can I pick your brain?" And so we came into the office, and he's really interested and passionate about bringing LA brands to the Middle East. And so we've been discussing that, and he recently came to the office because he's heading to the Middle East, and he wanted to open up retail stores in LA. So that's what this discussion is about. I have a very strong opinion about it. So check out the episode and see what I thought. He wants to bring all the luxury high-end streetwear brands to the Middle East. Pretty cool concept. So let's see what happens.
I watched your last episode when you started talking about LA and how hot it is.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, yo, I'm doing something about LA and I'm going for the people. But the people are already coming for us here.
Yeah.
And I have now a huge budget to go maybe brick and mortar. All-Star Weekend on Sunday I was selling thrift stuffs with my partner just for the experience. There's so much development all around the streets from like nightclubs to restaurants. So I was like, maybe we should be part of that and just invest in brick and mortar. So I want to know what's your advice and going that route.
Like more real estate, or is it, or you're talking about coming up with a concept?
Like brick and mortars for just LA brands.
Yeah.
And the high-end ones like Fear of God, Amiri,
Yeah.
Roots, Tam. People are shopping them from all around the world. But
Yeah.
I was thinking instead of just targeting the Middle East, why not be in LA and target the Asians, Middle Eastern, Latin, European, and the US at the same time?
Yeah, the key to it is the challenge is getting those accounts.
That's what I learned.
So here's the problem. If you open on Melrose, Maxfield will block you. They won't let you sell product. Barney's, H. Lorenzo, these people, they protect the exclusivity, right? Because that's why they do so well, is because no one else carries the product, right? So if you take that Fairfax Melrose area, for example, very hard to get a Nike account, Adidas account. My guess it's very hard to get Fear of God because he's probably selling in Maxfield, Barney's, maybe American Rag, I don't know, maybe. So it's a hard account to get. And then Amiri is like definitely heavy Maxfield, probably protects Maxfield a lot because it's all 1 mile away. You'd have to either go to a different part of town where there isn't.
Art District.
Yeah, if like you went downtown, that's interesting. But even then, I go talk to, like I can connect you with Amiri's people and be like, hey, do you guys have an account in downtown? And then work it backwards. Because if you get anchor 1 or 2 good accounts, then the rest will kind of follow. When you look at those types of accounts in this city, it's a very crowded space, right? The problem is they look at it as distribution in the city. Nike would be like, we have enough accounts on Melrose. There's not that much business on Melrose. We don't need 10 people don't need Nike accounts. But then you could also go in those areas and then find different brands, the next generation of those brands. Like maybe no one's carrying Heron Preston. You know, Heron Preston's going to be a popular brand. Or
Give me a good answer for a question that I was going to ask about which area would you think best, because also my partner was saying that it would be tough in Melrose and Fairfax. Maybe we should go a little bit in Art District because it's going to be blowing up like very soon.
in downtown in the art district, the challenge is just the foot traffic. You know, the big money is still obviously Melrose, Fairfax, because those are like very famous shopping areas. They've always been. I'm not saying it can't work, but you need to have a real draw. So either you're next to a very popular restaurant, bar area, or where there's already foot traffic, or other retailers that are already driving a lot of foot traffic. Like I know that with all the stuff that they're opening, Soho House, things like that, if you find the right area, I think it can work. The key to it is with downtown is you gotta be extremely patient because it's not, the foot traffic isn't there yet today. Like the play might be like, depending on what kind of money you guys are playing with, buy the damn building. You know?
So far, the budget that like he's proposing to me is, I would say, 200,000 minimum.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is that something where like the things like moving around, or is like?
Here's the thing, if you need inventory and build out a store, that's probably not enough money.
How much it costs to like open an account with like say Amir or like a brand like Fear of God?
Yeah, it's more of just, they'll probably have a minimum, so 10,000, 25,000, 50,000, something like that, right? So you can get a couple accounts. The smaller brands are much smaller. You can order like
Yeah.
$2,000,
Yeah, yeah,
$5,000. Think about it. Their stuff is so expensive. If you buy like 12 pieces of denim,
That's already like.
that's $5,000.
You think the high end is a good approach?
If you think you guys have the network to drive the customer, then it's a different story. If you want high-end shoppers, then you're gonna have to have a high-end retail experience. That means your store build out is gonna be expensive. Like, it could be like $500,000 just to build a store, $1 million to build a store. Those stores that sell their product, the build outs are insane. My shoe store in Vegas, it's a sneaker store for a mass audience. The build out was nearly $400,000. It's a lot of money just to build the store out. Then you have to buy inventory, and then you have to assume that nothing's gonna sell for 6 months. You're not gonna open a store and business is gonna be booming. And so I think you have to find. I like the idea. I think you need to stay away from those brands. Find different brands. Find the next tier that's going to be those brands. The thing is if you help build those brands, they're gonna be loyal to you. There's no reason for these bigger brands already, Off-White, Amir. They already have their business established. They're doing great. They don't need you. These smaller brands that are coming, they're dying for accounts. So you become an account for them. You support them. They're going to throw events at your store. They're going to create energy for your store. And if they become big, you'll be like, I need an exclusive. You'll see the most impact is go to Pitti.
Where's P?
It's in Italy. It's a high-end men's trade show. So every big retailer like Dover Street or Luis Via Roma, like all these big retail, Mr. Porter, like everyone goes there, and then all the brands are there. So there you go there and say, hey, I'm a retailer from this country. The key to it is if you say you're a retailer from Riyadh, it's far more interesting to them than a retailer from LA. Because in LA, they have their distribution already. The way you operate is I'm the buyer, it's not my money. I'm developing the relationship.
That's so true. And just play with it.
Yeah, just it's how you word it. You don't say, yes, I'm the rich Arab, billions, gold bars for everybody.
It was just the motivation.
Because the real thing you could do is open the brick and mortar in Middle East and then go on Farfetch and be a retailer on Farfetch. You want the accounts. You will not get the accounts here in LA. It's just not possible.
Just
unless it's resale.
Build a back-end system.
Go buy the inventory for the Middle East, and then once it's on Farfetch, the whole world could shop from you, and people will know who your store is overnight.
About the vlogging, I now so convinced about the idea.
Yeah.
It's just a fact of practice.
Yeah.
And getting myself on it, but I'm thinking, I think too heavy in it, which I want to start a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And the ideas that I had is the journey of the business.
Yeah. You need to document your whole journey and experience, and not just like the business end, but living in LA. All of that. That's all of it's interesting. On the flip side, if someone gets to watch that lives in any part of the world, they're gonna be like, wow, this is interesting, right? Think about it from an entertainment standpoint, or from a learning standpoint. What can they learn from you? Learn that, hey, anyone can come to LA and make it. You just have to put the effort. Why can't other kids come and go to school and learn and have fun and then be a part of the LA culture, and now you're starting a business?
It's against the religion.
Yeah, having fun.
Oh, yeah. I got out of my own way.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
In a lot of beliefs, manners.
Yeah.
And I made my own beliefs and manners after a few years.
Yeah.
But the past few years, I was like, you know what? I'm not convinced. Everything was just no.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Let me just fuck off. I've tried have someone behind, but
no, you need to do it.
I need maybe an advice from him.
Yeah, he'll give you the right advice, but you just need to take your phone and start recording and start posting. And who cares? And 10 people watch it tomorrow, then 50 people, and then 100 people.
So far,
I think the key to it is document the journey. Let people see you're going to have some success and you're going to have some losses, but it's okay. You know what's crazy is that you're seeing it everywhere. You know, like Will Smith, the fact that he was never on social media, and in the last 6 months he's heavy on Instagram, YouTube. He's all of that, and even like Kylie and Kim and everyone is using it because it's that popular right now.
Yes.
And not only is it popular, it's just so powerful, right? Because you have such an engaged audience of people. So I think everyone's realizing the power of the platform, and that's why the biggest. I mean, Will Smith is the biggest star in the world, and he's doing it.
He's amazing.
But I'm saying is, from what platform he's using, he's doing the same thing. He doesn't have some huge camera crew following him. He's just doing it.
When I was there yesterday, I was like, why didn't I do subscription with whatever there and see the size and just keep
Yeah.
giving them for life?
That's what they do. They have ThreadBeast. Have you seen ThreadBeast? That's their business. Go look it up. It's a subscription streetwear, and it's all their inventory, their excess inventory.
Holy shit, that's
But only
big
for
time
America.
money making.
But only for America.
They can't let me take it home. If
Oh
I
no,
take-
you can take it.
If I want to buy a camera,
Buy and take it.
then I just do my own subscription.
Yeah, you do it there though.
I need one last advice.
Yeah.
I started with Proud Angeles as an online retail for the Middle East. I'm in it and I'm making progress by gifting boxes and making small buzz here and there and people talking about it. At the same time, as I'm in it, I start seeing big opportunities. Like, look, brick and mortar, and then I'm like, I think that's big time. My business is good and I believe in it at the same time. Those opportunities, what should I do with them?
You should be focused first. Focus on one thing. It doesn't mean that you should focus on Proud Angeles or brick and mortar. You have to decide.
Which one?
The brick and mortar concept, I'm just being honest, is very tough to succeed. If you went to all these stores here, they've all kind of grinded it out for a very long time and finally started to see some success. We're definitely in that high-end men's space in a retail boom right now, where everything is, the people are doing well.
Thanks for Virgin.
Yeah, all of those guys, all their brands are selling on products. That can easily slow down very quickly. God forbid something happens in the world and some recession hits, then all of a sudden all that stuff goes away very, very quickly.
It's like
The concept of taking these brands to the Middle East is interesting because it's still novel, it's still new. Competition is less. Yeah, like go partner with someone that already has a store and say, give me 300 square feet and let me make it LA. That's
I have one already doing that. That's why I want to go kid him right now to do consignment to maybe bring accounts through me.
Yes, that's the best opportunity because there's my friend's doing it with a store in Milan. He's created an LA section in Milan. So
Tell me about it.
all the LA brands.
What was the store name?
Luisa Via Roma.
How can I write that?
But yeah,
Stuff. But for sure, I think got everything out there. Thank you, D. I really appreciate it.
no problem.
I hope see you before I fly.
Yeah,
but
if not, safe travels.
yes, thank you. I'll see you in Coachella. That's
Yeah,
my best.
but yeah, I mean, I would just, you gotta just start creating content. That will create the most opportunities for you, because then you'll see people who view your content. What do they want? What do they want to buy? What brands do they want it? You might you might find a niche of something else. Like maybe it's those streetwear brands. Maybe it's Lakers gear that they can't find there. I don't know, but that's really what you need to focus on. Is that to me
I
is
think
a
the
lot.
brick and mortar idea is so much of a hype with an opportunity that has to work that way. He needs to invest out of country, so I'm like, let me run it with people that know much more than what I
Doing
just...
it in LA is very, very hard. It's a scary market. You know, like RSVP Gallery, all those guys just opened downtown. It's ultra competitive right now.
Maybe you should go open around ours, maybe.
Yeah, but I think you'd be better off opening in the Middle East.
I agree.
Go where there's less
That's what I
competition.
first started doing. What I do.
Yeah.
Because I want to bring LA to the Middle East.
Yeah, that to me is like walk into a store that feels like an LA store in the Middle East, where everyone dresses, the music's playing.
They spend money, dude. Brick
Yeah.
and mortar in the Middle East is good business.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And now you're bringing something unique.
Because all they go is go to malls, man.
Yeah, it's hot.
How does fuck? I do. I appreciate this so much.
Alright.
Alright, man.
Good seeing you.
Alright.
Did you park in here?
Oh yeah, I do the validation.
Yeah.
With the brother.